Yeah, I put on my tie, just for the occasion.
Okay, we're
My
on.
annual necktie.
We're on. Okay, 6:01 on Tuesday, June 9th, 2020. Meeting called to order. Next item is Secretary's Report. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of May 12th?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, we need names, please.
Scott,
Dave, I'll
I'll make-
second it.
Okay, Dave seconded it.
Gary Gollenberg.
I need this. Okay, Gary's there.
Is
Hi,
now
Gary.
joining.
Here.
Okay, we probably should have done a roll call.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
one just so.
Yeah, we'll do roll call for the minutes. All right, once you, Scott. We'll put it this way.
Yeah.
All right, wait a second. No, in favor of the motion. Scott,
Aye.
Dave. Right, Dave.
Yep.
All right, Gary,
Yes.
Richmond,
Aye.
Sandy,
Yes.
Rob.
Here.
Here. Okay. All right. Opposed? I think everybody voted for it. Okay. Unanimous. Treasury report.
Treasurer's report. Okay, we got a bill for, from the Pond and Lake Connection for the treatment to Janie Pierce for $49.60, which I guess is already encumbered. It was done on the 2nd of June. And we also have a bid or a bill for Japanese knotweed at Bennett Park. The way I look at it, after we pay all of those, there'll be like $5,314.84 left in our available budget.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the report?
Can-
Let's do a motion first, then a second.
Okay.
Motion to approve the treasury report.
motion to approve. Scott.
Scott's second.
Gary,
Uh,
yes.
Is that Gary?
Yes.
Okay, any discussion?
This is Sandy. What did you say, once we had everything paid, what was the balance gonna be?
$53,1484.
Does that sound right, Sandy?
No, how did you come up with that number?
Well, we got the encumbrance for Lake, Janie Pierce, which is, $4,900 comes out of the 11,800. And then out of the available budget, the $1,100 comes out for the knotweed, which leaves $53,1484.
No, I think the balance. We had an original balance of 18,905. Then we paid $690.16 to Woodbury.
Yeah, it doesn't say on my papers who it's for.
Okay, and then you're talking about the two invoices that are current. And we should have more than $5,300. We should have. $18,905, $690.16. And then how much was the invoice for Transylvania Pond?
$4,900.
900. And then 1,100 for the Japanese knotweed?
Yeah.
That gives us 12,214.84. Do you agree?
I guess
So we-
I'm done reading
So we have 18,905 as the original budget. $690.16 was already spent. Invoice for Transylvania Pond is 4,900. And invoice for the Japanese knotweed is 1,100. And that should leave us a balance of 12,214.84. I'll double check that. Maybe you could double check that too for me, Dave, and. Okay,
Are we good, or you want to table it?
no, I think we're good. Does somebody have a calculator? Because I did it on a calculator, but is somebody, somebody just check me?
Yeah, I don't have a calculator.
All right, 18,905. 690. 16. 4,900. And 1,100. 12,214.84. 12,214.
That's what I got,
84.
Sandy.
Thank you, Betsy. Do you understand? Well, Dave, I'll just talk to you tomorrow on it. Okay.
So what's the final number?
12,214.84.
Is what we spent to date, correct?
That's our balance as of today. Well, the invoices haven't been paid yet, but after those two invoices get paid.
Balance left or balance we spent?
That's the balance left. The amount that we have spent so far is only $690.16.
All right, but if you take out
Yeah.
the money that bills are due, what do we have left, I should say?
Okay, so 11,800 is going to be for Janie Pierce for the Transylvania Pond. A partial of that is being paid now.
Okay,
And then $1,100 is being taken out for the Japanese knotweed. That should give us a balance of 614.84.
okay, so the balance in the account is 614.
I'm sorry, $6,414.84.
Okay. That's,
So now I haven't looked. Did you get a chance to look at what our other expenditures were? Because I didn't get the chance.
I think the only expenditure we had was those taxes, right?
According
No,
to this, yeah.
future.
Oh. I'm trying to find it now. No, I did not.
Okay, so maybe we could.
I know we had money for that garden, and also this coming year we won't have taxes, correct?
They're still working that out,
Okay.
I believe. It was my
Yeah,
understanding that it was going to be. It was going to be.
Verbally, we're told we're good.
Yeah.
I'll say
That's for the
so.
wash with Woodbury.
Yes, Scott.
So currently we have a
Alright.
balance of $6,414.81, correct?
84 cents.
Okay, 84 cents.
No, we were talking about a bench,
Correct.
the grills, which has not come out of this.
Right. And then we had some money for signs in the butterfly garden. We
Or
also
the-
had some paint for the.
Bennett.
We also
garden.
had some paint for the trail marking.
Yes, I don't think that was spent.
No, it hasn't. Not yet. Has not yet.
Okay.
Okay, so we have current balance not encumbered, 6,414.84. Motion
Correct.
approved. Motion approved the treasurer's report.
Motion approved.
That was Scott. Second.
I'll second
Second,
it.
Rob.
I didn't get that.
Rob?
Rob seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Correspondence. I think you had one.
I emailed everybody a letter just a couple minutes ago that
Oh.
Mr. Woodside dropped off this
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay, I did not check my
I
email
can
the
put
last
it
2
up
hours.
on the
Oh, do
screen
you have
if
it?
you want.
Okay, you have it on the screen? Okay. Okay, it's handwritten letter dated June 9th, 2020. Did anybody get that, or you want me to read it? Or the best I
I
can read
can't
it?
read it, 'cause I can't get it.
I can't get it either.
Well, it's 13 pages long,
Oh,
and I don't plan on reading it. Has anybody read it? It's from Mr. Woodside.
I just read it.
no.
Get it.
One at a time, please.
Is his name Pilmar?
One at a time, please. Go ahead, somebody.
This is
Is
Sandy.
Mr. Woodside's middle name Pilmar?
This is Sandy. There are 3 pages that are handwritten. I did get a chance to read it before you got there.
Okay. Just remember, people, we're being recorded.
Can we
Thank
table
you.
it till next
Thanks,
time,
Ed.
so we can all read it?
Does anybody know if this has any critical has to be acted on tonight?
It looks like he's asking a number of questions as to why
Well,
there are vehicles on Lilanona property, and he goes into more detail.
'Cause I don't
So-
think there's anything that we have to take action on. It's not on the agenda. We just make note of it.
Okay, do you want me to put it on the agenda for next time?
Well, we have to make note. We should at least on the agenda, or for the minutes tonight, that we received this letter dated June 9th from Mr. Woodside.
Okay.
And then the next meeting, if we need to discuss it, we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Okay? Any other correspondence? Okay, guess none. Okay, next thing on the
No.
agenda. Old Transylvania Brook Estates.
I have nothing. This is Sandy. I have nothing to report on that. I know that they're meeting tonight,
Okay,
so maybe we'll have an answer by the end of the evening.
okay. Bennett Park.
That would be me. It's Sandy again. On the garden that I'm building, Public Works ended up taking the brush away. It never got burned because of the pandemic. So Public Works ended up taking the brush away, and they did a great job on that. I've been working about once a week for a number of hours a day, pulling the mugwort and the more invasive plants, digging down and trying to pull out as much roots as I can on that. I ended up getting Public Works again, brought me a huge amount of chips to use on the surface of the ground. So I've been using some cardboard to cover up some of the heavier areas where I think invasives might grow back, and then putting the chips down in the garden, and that's the way it will sit for the summer. I'll monitor it when the weeds do pop up through and cut and bring those out. The spring treatment of the knotweed was done on 5/25. The treatment from last fall did a great job of eliminating most of the knotweed. The next treatment is scheduled for fall of 2020. That's all I have.
That's it for Bennett, Sandy?
Yes.
Okay, I also went out there this past Sunday morning. The Public Works did install 3 new grills to replace the ones that were broken off. And by looking at them, those 3 have been used, probably over Memorial Day. I think we could use 2 more because the grills that are there now are more to the north. I'd like to suggest put 2 more in right as you go into the parking lot, straight in, right along the riverbank. There's several picnic tables there, but there's no grills within quite a distance. So if we do get grills, I would suggest that's a good place to put them unless somebody has an alternative.
No, I think that's good. when I was there on Friday working, or I'm sorry, Monday working, there was a family using one of the tables and having a little cookout. They were pretty good at just limiting the number of family that were there. A lot of fishing down there.
Yeah, there was, I think there was 3 cars in a parking lot when I showed up. 8 o'clock Sunday morning. I did notice that a large tree, probably 24 inches diameter, roughly, did uproot and fall perpendicular to the bank into the river. I don't know if we're gonna
Where?
pull that out or what, but eventually, probably the water comes up, it'll probably rotate and be along parallel on the bank.
Is it in the middle of the park, or is it the front or the
I'd say the
back
middle of the
end?
park. On the way to your, on the way to the, at the end of the grill, last grill on the left side, it's right there on the left.
Okay.
If you go up to your garden, look downstream, you'll see it across the river.
Okay.
When I was there, a large hound dog was running around. So that reminded me to put up the no dogs allowed sign, so I did that.
Yeah, and it's a big sign, but they're bringing dogs in,
So,
and they're letting them run in that back field.
correct,
And
that's where it was when I was there.
yeah, and I don't feel like an enforcement officer. I mean, I can talk to people, but I'm certainly not gonna tell them they can't have their dog there. But I think it's a reflection of the dog park. And from what I understand, the dog park's gonna open up the end of June, so perhaps that problem will go away after that.
Okay, because in the past, there's been issues with dogs jumping on picnic tables and bothering families. And one time, a big dog jumped on somebody's brand new car and scratched their car. So, we have
Well, if I see any of that, I'll certainly say something on that.
okay,
But I didn't see any of that.
okay. All right, that's it for Bennett.
Hmm.
Go to Janie Pierce.
Okay, that'd be me again. Treatment for the pond was on June 2nd. There was more curly leaf pondweed than expected. They treated the pond at a good time. The curly leaf pondweed was not in bloom, so it was a good time to treat it. Water chestnut was treated and fanwort was treated. The water chestnut didn't flower or anything yet, so that was good. The fanwort, there was a good amount of that, but still, again, they picked the right time to treat. Next season, I'm going to try to get approval for everything February and March, so we can get the purchase order in February, so they can go in even earlier to attack some of these invasives. They're going to be going in once a month, possibly a little bit more than that. Nick said that he's going to monitor the lake, and he thinks he can do, this is a good year that he can get things under control. And I give this company credit. They're easy to talk to. And they go into detail as much as I need them to when I'm talking to them. So a shout out to them.
Okay. Anybody else have anything on Janie Pierce?
No.
I brought up a previous meeting about the encroachment that we had on Janie Pierce and their town attorneys. As you recall, there was an agreement several years ago on this encroachment issue, and I guess the town attorney is involved in this, but no resolution yet.
This is Scott. That's the guy with the Christmas trees?
Correct.
Okay.
Same fellow as before. Okay, Illinois Cove.
Is Rob there?
I've got nothing.
I'm here. I mean, what should be brought up? I don't know. I didn't, I did not contact, about the, docks on the shore yet.
We can't hear you, Rob. Can you speak up, please?
I didn't contact the, First Light about the docks on the shore yet.
Have you been there at all, Rob?
I have not. I've been, on the Cape mostly.
Okay.
This is Gary. I was there Sunday afternoon and it was quiet.
Okay. I'm just wondering if anybody else has been seeing any vehicles around that path area,
went
I
down.
guess.
This is Scott. When I went down to put those signs up for the, Verano and whatever,
Yeah.
both cables were up, so I don't see how any vehicles are getting down in there. That was what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks?
This is Rob. The vehicles have been going down the wood path onto the town side of the property. The
And
ATV.
these are ATVs, no
Uh,
no real trucks or anything, right?
No, they're still motorized vehicles.
Yeah, I'm not saying they aren't. I'm just wondering how big the vehicles are.
One of them is pretty large, the side by side.
Okay, I know we had a discussion on this
Yeah.
a month or so ago, a couple months ago, but just for everybody to know, the wood path off the driveway is not on the town open space. All right, so I've looked at the plans. I've been out there. I didn't measure it off, but as I said before, you go down the wood path where it levels off. That's the adjoining neighbor's property. At a certain distance, there's a section, a short section that's town open space. And then you go a little farther, there's a tree that's uprooted, a large oak tree, uprooted, hanging on the neighbor's oak tree, or another tree. About where that stump is uprooted, we believe that's about the First Light line, First Light power resource. We think that's approximately the 210 line. If you look at the town's GIS website, that's about where that tree is, at 210. So from that uprooted tree toward the lake, that's pretty much First Light property. So there may be a small section that's encroached that the vehicles are going on. It would take a survey to stake it out. I don't know if we want to spend the money to do that.
No.
Maybe to play it safe, we could put some signs up where we approximate the line is. But the 2/3 of it, at least 2/3, 3/4 of it is not open space.
Yeah, and all that heads down to where the docks are usually in place for the summer.
Correct.
Okay.
But if you go on the town's GIS website, you click on the drop down, which says contours, hit the contour line, it'll show you where that 210 line is, approximately. Short of a surveying the area, that's, I can imagine that's fairly close. Okay, for the next meeting, could Rob or Scott kind of go down there and check things out once in a while?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, Little York Park.
Okay, I'm gonna take the lead on this. You guys can fill in where you want. You're so funny. So I made up the signs. Betsy, can you put up those 2 signs that I sent you? That one was a simple sign. Just so somebody would read it. And on the bottom, Richmond asked for something in Spanish, so I did something basic. So that went up, and then the other sign, which was in depth, I changed it a little, and that also went up. Betsy was kind enough to laminate them for us, and Scott put them up. Scott, where'd you put them up?
I put Little York, Kenny Pierce, and Long Noah.
And I put it at
Bennett.
Bennett and Platt Park.
Little
It would
York,
be-
we got more going on down there than
Speak up, please.
Scott. At Little York, we got more going on down there than just having to put up signs. My wife saw a thing on.
We can't hear you, Scott.
Right. Let's go this way now. My wife saw a thing on some local thing, and they had pictures of all kinds of garbage down at Little Noah. So I took a ride down there, and we got there was all kinds of garbage out at the road. You got the sign that Ed, I believe you and Sandy put up that said whatever you take in, take out.
No, the
But right
town did
above
that.
Oh, the town did that? Well,
Public Works did that.
okay. The sign up above that says, put your garbage in the containers.
Receptacle.
Well, there's no containers, so there's garbage all over the place.
Well,
I called, and they did. I took an hour ago. I was down there, and the garbage was picked up. The sign about putting in the container was not there anymore. But there's also, if you go down the trail heading straight in, on a couple of trees, there's some spray painting of a South American country's name. Let's put it that way.
Nicaragua. There it is right there on the
Nicaragua.
screen.
Yeah.
It's like
So two
Nicaragua.
trees
But
were painted.
When I went down there an hour ago, there was 9 cars in there. They're double parked. So here goes into park limitations for the next one, but I don't know.
So
This is Rob. Sorry.
Yeah,
this is Rob. I've also witnessed vehicles parking right in front of the no parking signs.
Yeah.
This is scary. I went down there Sunday afternoon, and I had absolutely right in front of the place was mobbed, and right in front of the no parking signs there were cars parked.
Yeah.
And so down, if you went straight down to the lake from the parking lot, I was there today also, and there was beer cans everywhere. And I noticed that I met the person, his name was Mike, that put that picture on Facebook, Scott, with all the garbage.
Yeah. Okay.
He was there, and he said somebody cut the tree down that had the rope swing in it. And I didn't know anything about that, but the rope swing is there. You can see it in the corner of the picture if you look at the picture.
I haven't seen any of that, but okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
anyway, it's still that part. There's toilet paper in a lot of places too. I don't know what that means, but
That means
hopefully they were just blowing their nose. So I think it needs to be picked up again. I think we need to have a crew go in there and clean up that park. So everybody that was there today, I stopped and talked to. And I told them that we are having a problem with this park. There's too many people that come in that don't respect it and are leaving garbage. And I asked them to please pick up their garbage when they leave. 2 of the people were from town. One of them, he said, was from Greenwich. Greenwich. So I don't know why I said, why would you drive up here from Greenwich to go to this park? And he didn't answer me. But the point being, I don't know what to do either, aside from shutting it down.
Yeah. I know. The day that my wife and I went down there and, saw the garbage and I took the pictures, there was a seaplane, and it seemed like it was screwing around and coming in, dropping off people and picking them up, because they also had a personal flotation, whatever you want to call it, of driving people in and out off of it down below. And we didn't want to go down and bother them, but is that down at 210 property? Down at
Yeah.
the bottom of that hill?
I don't know whether I didn't check that one. I can do it next few days, but probably the top of the bank is at least 210, if not higher up the bank, up to where we're
Well,
looking now.
if they're sitting down at water level, I don't know what actual water level is, but it's got to be, if it's 10 feet above that, they're in First Light's property.
Right, yeah.
Well, along the bank is definitely First Light.
Right.
Well,
Now,
So
the-
I don't know.
After Memorial Day, on the Facebook site called Southbury Buzz, that's where I saw the vandalism and garbage. And there was quite a conversation between people on that site back and forth about.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, my wife's put it up and let them know what was going on.
Yeah, okay. So if you want to, anybody wants to look at it, you can check that out.
what's it called? Southbury?
Southbury
Buzz?
Buzz,
Suburb
B-U-Z-Z.
Buzz.
Well, the site this guy gave me was different, but I
There's-
did join that group.
Well, there's several sites, as you know. There's several social sites in Southbury. But that's the one I've seen it on.
Yeah, well, they're down in the woods. It's got to be who knows what's going on down there.
Well, down in the cove today, there were some young people, not, like I would say high school age to college age, and they had rafts out in the water and they were had a party along the beach, but they weren't overcrowding. I didn't see a lot of, unless they all joined later after I left, and that's why you saw double parked cars. But
Well, that was at Little York. That was at Little York.
yeah, but they were on rafting stuff in that cove.
Oh, okay.
Not Little Nona Cove, but in the cove at
Right,
Little
yeah,
York.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't think that's our property either, is it?
That's up that valley of that cove. That's First Light. There's a parcel of property that's First Light that goes way up into that gorge. If you go
So
if you go on the town's GIS website, you can see it.
Okay, I'll do that right now. So, excuse me, what can we do? I mean, are we really our hands tied, or can we close the park down for a little while, or, I mean, can we do something?
But yeah, but Sandy, what happens is you can't really close it. They're still going to go down there. I'm just saying, like at Little York, they're still going to go down the park and go running down there. You could say closed. How are you going to enforce it?
Or they
That's
come
the
in
only
by
problem.
water,
What, Dave?
or they come in by water. You
Yeah.
know, come in with a boat,
Well, I mean,
and it's
Any
obvious they don't
suggestions?
read signs.
the sign, Scott, is a little bit too far away, I think. I'm gonna make a couple more signs. I have a few left over. I'm gonna go put them down by, on the trail.
I got one more set left.
Yeah, I think if we put them on the trail at eye height, they might read it, they might not, but it's worth a try.
Yeah, but the social distancing and everything, I don't think anybody's going to bother dealing with that anyway.
Well, if they're in a family, they're not, but
Right.
they really should pick up their garbage. I mean,
That's
what
the
a
big
shame. And the poor trees. I mean, the trees didn't do anything. What are they painting
No.
trees for?
Yeah, well, why are you stating where you're from? But I don't know.
Maybe we should need to
City
use
people-
multi-language signs down there.
We did.
Absolutely. This is Richmond.
Yeah, it was. At this point, it's not. It's not.
I agree
a
with what Ed
distancing
said.
thing, it's-
I'm sorry, Scott. Go ahead.
Oh, it's not a distancing thing. It's the people are slobs. I don't want to put it that way, but I mean, whatever you carry in, carry it out. Take it with you.
Well, I may I follow Ed's point. I think that we really do need to have bilingual signs. And at least that gives us an opportunity to say, well, these are the rules, we've presented them, and everyone can understand them regardless of where we're from.
This is Rob. Quick question. Is Little York a residents-only park?
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Is Little York a residents-only park?
Problem is, we can't enforce that.
That's, as we know from court cases, that's very difficult to enforce.
Yeah, Sandy and I discussed that today.
I mean, that'd be one way of enforcing it if it comes down to it.
It's not, we can't do that anymore.
Yeah, it
Well,
started out.
From what I understand, we can't.
This is
So
Richmond.
how do we solve this problem? If they're not obeying the signs, they're not reading the signs, they're disregarding every rule that's put in place, then how do we go about enforcing?
That's my question.
Voluntarily behave themselves. And I don't know how we
And
do
if
that.
if they park in front of the no parking signs, and I've actually called on that, and I've had state cops down there, and they refuse to tow because I don't know, they gave me some reasons, but if that's the case, I believe last year some younger kid got hurt at the rope swing down there, and the ambulance had to back out. So if that wasn't a red flag, I don't know what is.
That, not only that, but I think, for liability purposes, what's the
Out of
problem?
control.
Well, instead of no parking, can we put up tow zone?
We did.
They're there. There are no parking tow signs, towaway zones.
And we did that because of the 4th of July.
I don't think it says tow zone.
Yes, it does. Well,
You
it
can
says
make
no parking
I might be
towing.
wrong.
It's pretty clear.
Hey, Rob, this is Gary. Did you say the cops refused to go down there?
I've had the cops down there, and they've refused to tow because they said just because the cars aren't registered to Connecticut doesn't mean they don't own property in Southbury. Because there was New York plates there when I called. In front of no parking signs.
And they refused to tow.
Yes.
Wow.
So here we are. We can make 1,000 rules. If no one enforces those rules and no one follows them, then what's the point?
I agree with you.
This is Richmond. Would it be feasible, and again, I don't know who would pay for this, would it be feasible to put a dumpster at Little York?
To do what?
Put a dumpster at Little York for people to put their garbage in.
Well, the town would pay. The town would pay for it. There was a 55-gallon barrel there a few years ago, but it's not there anymore.
Well, they took the garbage out because of COVID. They
Okay.
didn't want the guys to be susceptible to getting the disease.
That makes
They
sense.
they picked up garbage barrels all over town, on Main Street, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay, that makes sense.
But if they put a dumpster, then just a truck goes in there, picks it up with its arm and dumps it.
Then who would
Nope.
those costs fall on?
But then the town's got to pay for somebody to pick that up with the dumpster.
And that's a private contractor.
Right.
And the town doesn't have a garbage service.
In my experience is when you have a large container like that, you end up with all kinds of stuff like couches and chairs and
Oh, yeah.
tires, etc.
True, and then when the garbage truck goes to pick it up and they can't turn around and there's cars everywhere,
Well, if they go first thing in the morning.
That dumpster would be full of everything.
That's
True.
just
Oh, yeah.
what, tell them it's all right to dump their garbage.
Yeah, next thing you know, a dead body. Hopefully it's not mine. When I called about getting a garbage picked up, they'd do a work order and said, well, there's no garbage pails down there. And I said, no. She said, but they'd had them pulled out. She was going to put in a recycling and a garbage pail, which we don't have yet. But there's no garbage down there today, and that was, I don't know, a week and a half ago. Do we want to put them back out?
Well, I want to defer to the Public Works, and I'll be talking to John Cattell. So, with this COVID going on, they're probably going to keep those garbage containers out.
Yeah, that's fine. But as soon as this breaks, we got to get something down there. If it continues.
It's going to continue.
Yeah.
I'm for the idea of putting a dumpster down there.
Well, we got to find out who's going to pay for it.
And would that dumpster take up one of the 4 parking spots?
Probably.
Yeah.
4. There were 9 in there today.
That's what I'm saying. I know the old lady at the end of the road is since deceased, and people have been parking there. Which they're parking on private property, and still, why can't we tow?
This is Richmond. Would it be helpful to ask the police to put a surveillance camera up there to get the license plates of people that are not regarding the rules?
Or add it to patrol on on weekends?
Yeah.
That's worth
Is
a
that-
try.
Something we can do?
But I mean, surveillance would be 24 hours a day, and they must have a monitoring system for the cameras. I'm sure there are more cameras out there in Southbury than we know about already.
Yeah, it'd be a trail cam.
I'm sorry?
It'd be a trail cam, like a hunter uses.
Yeah.
You can, yeah.
But I mean,
So-
connected directly to the police department.
Well, I don't think we can do that. It's great, but the
Well,
cost of
yeah,
that, but the
we
cost
couldn't
of
do
that is a little too much. Okay, we got 6:43 people, and they need the meeting at 7. So just as long as you know, we have watch our time.
2 minutes.
Okay, real quick. This is Brian. Can I backtrack? You guys said that a tree had been cut down there?
That's what the guy said to me, but I didn't see any tree cut down because I wasn't looking for it. But it would be down by that end close to the water where the
Yeah.
swing is.
I haven't been to that rope swing in quite some time. And I had mentioned, would that be not a good thing to do, but is that a deterrent, to have the rope swing taken down?
I think it should be. I think it should be
If
cut
it-
or something.
Yeah, but if the tree is on our property or if it's on First Light,
It probably falls out first light, I'd imagine.
Oh.
I'll volunteer to contact First Light. I got the guy's email, so I'll contact them the next few days, and I'm sure they have this problem at many. They own 5 power plants. I'm sure they have this problem at a lot of the lakes they own.
yeah.
All right, we better hurry up here.
Okay, that's it for Little York. Item
Yeah.
6,
Yeah.
park limitations, which
So I think that falls into the same category. The only
That falls
park I
in what
know
we
of
just
that's
did.
a problem, Bennett Park has been good. People have been behaving themselves. The only one that I see being a problem is Little York. It's been brought to my attention. I haven't checked the other parks, so I don't know.
Jamie Pierce has been good. I've been working up in Woodbury, hopping through 3-4 cars.
Yeah, you know what? I've been there too, and when I did the trail, it was very good. People moved out of the way and all of that, so they were very respectful.
Okay, the question is gonna be on the next meeting. Do we need a July meeting? Or August meeting? What do you feel, members?
I'd like one, in case there's any decisions that need to be made on the treatments and stuff like that. This is June, July, let's maybe shoot for August.
Well, we can always have we have our schedule, a monthly meeting, we can always cancel them. But
Oh, good
I just
idea.
wanna know if we have anything else that's pressing.
Well, I think depending on
other than
Does Mr. Woodside require an answer?
I have
Let's
not
take
read,
that
I have not
Woodside
read the
stuff.
letter.
He wants an answer. He asks a lot of questions in that thing.
Well, he always wants an answer right then and there.
Back door, Ralph.
But
Well, why don't I schedule it, and then if we feel like we don't need to do anything, we can cancel the meeting.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Or it's already scheduled, so if we need to cancel it, just, I'll just do it, okay?
Okay, second
Alright.
Tuesday in July.
Great. Which is,
it's gotta be the 14th.
Correct.
Bastille Day.
yes, the 14th.
I presume the town's gonna continue this protocol? Yeah, until we hear otherwise. Okay,
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
the 14th at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
6 o'clock?
Okay. Yep.
Sandy, can you make sure I get the copy of the Woodside stuff,
Yes.
please?
I think you should have it because Betsy looked at her email and stuff. I think you should have it, but yes, you just need to text me and let me know you didn't get it and I'll make sure you get it.
Thank you.
Okay.
So at this point, I make a motion to adjourn?
I
That's-
second it.
Second, Rob.
that was, who made the motion, Scott?
Yeah.
Second was done by
Rob and Dave.
Rob? Second by Rob.
Yep.
Are you all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, have a good summer, good safe summer,
Good
people.
night. Good night, everybody.
Good health, everyone.
Good night.
Good health.
Take care, folks.